sussing all your luck, going hard in the paint, and that's how you assert dominance.
Hey, what's up guys, it's SirTagCR, and today we're back at it again with a heavily requested Mortar bait deck. This deck has Spear Goblins, the Goblin Gang, Bats, and then also the Skeleton Barrel for log or zap bait. And then of course this deck has the Chivalrous Knight, which will never provide any spell value to your opponent. In this deck, Mortar is the primary win condition, and then you also have log and zap to allow your Skeleton Barrel and your Mortar to have more of an offensive presence on the map, allowing them to lock onto your opponent's tower a little bit easier. So let's get something straight with this deck. It doesn't really have a great answer to pump, and because of that, this is going to be primarily a ladder deck and not something that you want to be using in challenges. Because ladder's overtime is only 1 minute long, you're going to actually be able to play defensive with all these cheap cycle cards in your Mortar, and that even if they have an elixir advantage, you'll still be able to defend and draw the game. However, in a grand challenge environment where the overtime is 3 minutes long, you're eventually going to get overpowered and out elixiored. As I said before though, this deck is so clean on ladder, so let's go jump straight into some high ladder games and let's assert some dominance. So we got a game against Oxlet. What? How did we face him in a ladder game? This is insane, guys. We're going to be dropping our Skeleton Barrel. We're also going to be dropping our Spear Goblins right after we drop the Skeleton Barrel. He's going to be dropping minions. This is looking like a giant deck, honestly. This is a little bit scary. I don't want to be playing another giant deck when I'm running Mortar. We're probably going to have to go for the draw, but maybe we can make it happen. We're going to be dropping a Knight in the back, and he's going to be dropping a Bandit. So we're going to get a Goblin Gang off to the side. The Bandit is actually just going to walk up to it instead of charge because of our placement. And I assume yeah, there's the Night Witch. This is definitely going to be a giant deck. We're going to be dropping our Bats right after our Knight. Bats will actually thrive and end up killing the... Oh, no, he's got Ice Spirit. All right. Well, I thought that was going to work out a lot better for us, but we still ended up killing it. Guys, it's all good. We're going to be dropping our Spear Goblins, and we're going to be zapping that immediately to hopefully... All right, that zap was kind of bad. Actually, no, the Skeletons are still alive. Made him drop a Bandit. Still fine. I can appreciate that. We know that he is giant, so we really don't want to go for an offensive Mortar for no reason. We're going to be dropping our Goblins. Goblins will end up finishing off that Bandit, and then the Goblins will make him drop his Giant. That is not something that he wanted to do, guys. Not at all. We're going to drop our Mortar on defense, and then as soon as that Giant gets close up in there, then we're going to cycle back to another Mortar. We should be able to outcycle him, hopefully. Because we do have a 2.6 elixir deck. If we convert defense into offense, it could be pretty bad for him. So he's going to go drop his Ice Spirit. We're going to go drop a Skeleton Barrel. We're going to be dropping Bats right after the Skeleton Barrel. And hopefully we can make something happen with that. He's going to drop a Zap. So we're going to go drop our Spear Goblins and Zap as well. And that's going to make him drop a Bandit. And Steve the Spear Goblin coming through on the Bandit. Oh, Steve is getting a little bit of chip in the left-hand lane. But he is playing this so passively as well. He doesn't ever want to overcommit. He's got so many spells. But as long as one Mortar gets on his tower, then it could be some serious doom. Or it could spell some serious trouble for Oxlet. So he doesn't want to allow that to happen. I like how he's playing this a lot. I'm just going to go in with the Skeleton Barrel. He's going to go in with the Night Witch. I assume he's going to try to make a giant push happen in the right hand or left hand lane. And we're going to get ready to drop a defensive Mortar. We're going to drop that Mortar right here, right now. Mortar should end up finishing off the Santa Claus and the Night Witch in tandem. And we're going to get ready for a Zap because we can't allow... Okay, so we ended up missing some of the minions. That was not good by me. But as long as those Bandit does not get through, the Bandit is the main thing that is actually kind of scary in this deck for us. The Bandit doesn't get through, then we're chilling. All good vibes. We knew that he was going to actually be around the same elixir as us because we ended up missing the Zap and had to allocate more elixir. So because of that, I ended up not committing too much for offense there. And I made the right play. Otherwise, it would have been pretty disastrous. If you guys didn't see how that worked out for us. We're going to be dropping Goblin Gang immediately on top of the Bandit. As I said before, if that Bandit gets through, we kind of just lose the game. Didn't happen for him. And now I think that we can actually mount some type of offensive presence. We're going to go opposite lane of where he was going. Maybe if he dropped a Giant or a Night Witch, then it would have been pretty disastrous for him, but didn't end up happening for him. And right here, we're going to drop a Knight. We're going to be dropping Spear Goblins. He's going to go with Minions. Minions will end up finishing off the Mortar, unfortunately. And we're going to have to play very defensive here. We're going to have to drop Goblin Gang. We're going to have to drop Bats. He's going to maybe get one Santa Claus hit, but it's not going to matter. He doesn't even get that. So this is what happens when two good players match up on ladder. It's always going to be a draw when they're playing similar decks or decks that really you can't get too aggressive with. I mean, of course, Oxlet could drop a Giant at the bridge, but that opens him up to like losing the game. If I drop a Mortar at the bridge, it's met by a Giant, and then I kind of just lose the game as well. So he's playing very smart right there. He's going very aggressive because he knows that my Goblin Gang does a finite amount of damage. So if he was able to break through and somehow get a Bandit on top of the tower, he could potentially win the game, but he knew that if he ate that damage, I wasn't going to be able to get a Mortar on and win the game. So that was a good game, well played, and good luck in the rest of your ladder session, Oxlet. Let's move on to the next game, guys. It's pretty insane that we matched him. I don't know how we got him. So we got a game against Muhammad from Northern Rebellion. We dropped the Skeleton Barrel at the bridge. He's going to be dropping Night Witch, and he's also going to be dropping the Mega Minion. So what is he going to be doing? What type of deck is he going to be running? It looks like it's probably going to be a Golem deck if I had to guess. We're going to be dropping our bats off to the side. As soon as the Baby Dragon locks on, then we don't really have any cares in the world because we know that our bats are actually going to evaporate that Mega Minion, and then his bats will not lock onto our tower. So we ate a little bit of damage for the greater good. And then he goes and drops a NATO, so this is making me think that his deck is going to be pretty spell intensive. We're going to be dropping Spear Goblins, and we're also going to be dropping the Skeleton Barrel. The Skeleton Barrel is going to be tanking, and there we go, guys. That's another spell. Okay, alright. All the spells are coming out of this man. In quick succession, he ended up dropping Zap, he ended up dropping Arrows, and he also had a NATO. So this man is not afraid to drop spells. We're going to be dropping our bats right behind our Knight, and he's going to be dropping a Mega Minion, and what else is he going to be dropping to aid that Mega Minion? A Baby Dragon. Alright, so I wonder if he's going to go drop a NATO or something. We're going to try to go pressure opposite lane with our Skeleton Barrel, and then he's going to go pump up. So actually, we're going to eat a little bit of damage. We're going to be dropping our Spear Goblins off to the side to draw the Mega Minion and the Baby Dragon, I guess. And our Skeleton Barrel is going to get on top of the tower. He's going to go drop a NATO, but at what cost, right? Like, I think this is going to be pretty good for us. We're just going to defend the Mortar, drop our bats. He's going to probably zap the bats, but if the Mortar ends up, or if we end up killing the Night Witch, the Mortar will still get hits and our tower will end up finishing off the bats. So we got a lot of damage. He said well played. Very interesting deck out of this man. He keeps saying the well played. We're going to zap the pump just to deny some elixir. And I don't know, dude. Well played, I guess. Like, it's just kind of a weird deck out of you for sure. We're going to be dropping our Mortar on defense. And then we're also going to probably go in for a Skeleton Barrel plus Steve the Spear Goblin push. Skeleton Barrel tanks, and then we're going to drop our Spear Goblins. As you guys see, Spear Goblins accumulate so much damage, and he's pressured to zap, but he can't until that actually drops. So he goes and drops his arrows. We're going to go drop bats. We're going to go drop so many things. We're probably going to make a little bit of a Sim City to try to get most of his units to the opposite lane. If that happens, we might be in a decent situation. So we're trying to stagnate his units, trying to mix them up. He doesn't really know which tower he's going for at the moment. And we're going to be dropping Goblin Gang off to the side as well. Oh, this is going to be a little bit close, guys. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this one through, but we're definitely trying out here. We're going to be dropping Steve the Spear Goblin yet again. Night Witch is going to get on top of the tower, but it's not too scary for us. Those bats are going to get a stagnant amount of damage. He's going to go in for a NATO, and we're going to go in for our bats. I wonder, he used his zap as well. He's saying, wow, it might be a game, guys. We might have just beat someone with 10 spells and a golem and a pump. So this deck can make magic happen, as you guys just saw. Pretty insane. Alright guys, so we got a game against Snivy, a real Pokemon, and he's going to be dropping a Barbarian Hut. So we're going to pressure opposite lane immediately with a Mortar, try to make sure that we can actually make something happen, because that's a 7 elixir investment out of Snivy. We're going to be dropping our Spear Goblins off to the side. We're also going to be dropping our bats. So hopefully we can make something happen. I don't really care too much about his Skeleton Barrel because, you know, we can just go drop a log. The reason we're dropping a log instead of a zap is because the log is also not only going to hit all of the skeletons, but it's also going to hit the barbarians. And we just took the right-hand tower completely. The 7 elixir investment out of Snivy did not pay off in the slightest. So he kind of got finessed, and that's why you don't drop Golem in the back as your starting play. That's why you don't drop Barbarian Hut, and that's certainly why you don't drop P.E.K.K.A as your starting play. So 7 elixir, actually probably 5 elixir or more at the start is usually a horrible play. Even a bowler is pretty bad. Because you go drop a bowler, they rush opposite lane with a golem or something, or they drop golem opposite lane and drop it in the back, you're probably going to be at a huge detriment. So we're going to drop a defensive Mortar, and we're probably going to just defend the virginity for the rest of the game. You guys know this guy is running a spawner deck, so we gotta make sure he doesn't win. The spawner is the bane of my existence, probably the bane of every ladder player's experience. They don't want to play against spawner. No one likes it. Guys, in the comment section, if you like playing against spawner, please let me know, because I have yet to meet someone that enjoys playing against spawner. We're going to be dropping some defensive Mortars yet again, just to soak up some Baby Dragon hits. And honestly, like, all we got to do is drop log as soon as he drops those Skeleton Barrels, and we're going to be in a great situation. We got to make sure that we hit the timing every single time, and then we're not going to really have any issues. We're going to zap the Goblin Gang, and that zap was pretty clean. We're going to be dropping a Knight, and honestly, he's never going to break through. There's a minute left. The clock is ticking. He's on a buzzer, and he's not going to beat it. We're going to be dropping the Goblin Gang, and we're going to drop yet again another defensive Mortar. Defensive Mortars are going to be so clean against him. because honestly, the defensive mortar, not only is it going to actually clean up or draw all of the skeletons, but it also finesses all of the units that he's going to be dropping behind of that. So the skeleton barrel connected to my tower, or connected to the mortar, it died, and then we were actually able to evaporate it with our tower and then our other units. So it was really nice for us, and there's 25 seconds left. It is, the pressure is on, dude. Snivy, what are you going to do? Are you going to evolve, man? You kind of have to evolve to get some damage. You can't just stay in this form. You can't rely on the same old tactics, bro. And it looks like he is. Honestly, he's abandoned all hope. He's just spamming me mindlessly at the bridge. He's going to be dropping a knight at the bridge. That's when you know you don't have any hope. You're dropping offensive knights at the bridge. Good game, bro. Alright guys, so we got a game against Dead from Nova NA. He's saucing out the good luck. We're going to be dropping our own good luck and dropping our spear goblins at the bridge. So what is he going to be running? That's the real question. Well, he's running a zap, so this is going to be really good for us. Zap is his only small spell, but he might actually have log, zap, and other spells as well. So hopefully that's not the case, but we're going to wait and see. So he's going to go drop a hog rider right into the goblin gang. This is looking pretty clean for us. We're going to go drop our skeleton barrel ahead of our knight. He's going to go drop an electro wizard. So electro wizard should go opposite lane, but it's not too bad. I mean, look at the tower right now. He doesn't have zap and cycle, and then the tower is targeting the knight. As I said before, guys, that is an interaction that you always want to have happen. The knight allowed my skeletons to actually just get so much damage there because the knight was actually the thing that was taking the precedence from the tower. So our spear goblins are still alive. The spear goblins will get some chip damage. A spear goblin at 1 HP would literally still get 1 hit, and a spear goblin at full HP gets 1 hit as well. So the health of a spear goblin never really matters too much, honestly. So we're going to be dropping a mortar on defense. Mortar's going to clean up the hog rider. Inferno Dragon is paving the path right now with an ice spirit. So we're going to have to drop bats on defense, unfortunately. And the ice spirit is not going to hit all of our bats, so our bats are still alive. And we're going to try to make something happen with the spear goblin and skeleton barrel push. So he's going to go drop an electro and an ice golem. That's going to clean up everything. And he even allocates more elixir with a NATO. I can't believe he would do that. That's a really, not so great play. Not optimal at all. We're going to go in for a goblin gang, and then we're going to also go in for a knight push. We're going to try to make something happen with that. Very aggressive, actually. And he's on low elixir, so we're going to go in for a mortar as well. Hopefully the mortar gets on top of his tower. That's what we're hoping for, actually. And we're going to be dropping bats to make sure that our mortar gets more hits on him. We're going to go drop a defensive log to finish off the electro wizard, allowing for the hog rider to get less hits. Finish off the hog rider a little bit faster as well, making sure that the hog rider gets less hits on our actual tower. And then we're going to make sure that we actually get something to happen, because we need to win this game. We're not allowed to lose. Losing is not in our dictionary. We're going to be dropping a mortar pretty soon, as soon as he goes and drops a hog rider, because we don't have any other reliable counters. We're going to be dropping bats. We're going to go for skeleton barrel opposite lane to just apply dual lane pressure and don't allow him to just get his massive parade push off in one lane. We're going to be dropping our knight. We're trying not to drop our mortar yet. And he went in for an offensive poison. He kind of just assumed that it was going to work out for him. And he just let the left-hand lane go. I can't believe he did that. What is he thinking? Such a madman. We're going to go drop a zap to make sure that the Inferno Dragon goes and retargets. And then Inferno Dragon is definitely going to go retarget on top of the mortar, but I don't think it's going to be enough for him. If we go and drop a knight and we drop a goblin gang, I think we finish off the hog rider with 5 seconds left. Unless he's pulling out a rocket, we have won this game. So Dead is dead. Good game, well played, and good luck from the rest of your ladder session, Dead. I'm sorry to finesse you like that. And that's actually where we're going to end today's video. Guys, thanks so much for watching. As always, let me know down below in the comments section what decks you guys want to see for future videos. Thanks for chilling with me, and peace out.